Hey y'all, welcome, and come on in. If you've never been here before, I'm Jody Jean Daniels, and this is my channel, Just Right. Please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share to my channel. I am in the middle of a huge move right now. We're moving from Central Florida to North Florida, so bear with me. I'm coming to you from a lovely extended stay in, and I am one tired lady, but I really wanted to get this out to you guys. Last time we talked about creating compelling characters. Okay, so you've done that, and now you need to have characters that have believable relationships with each other. So let's jump into creating friendships, romances, rivalries, and family ties that resonate. Relationships are at the heart of any great story. We all know that. Whether it's loyalty between friends, tension and rivalries, or bonds with a family, the characters' relationships bring out the depths and emotions, and how to make these connections feel more real and impactful, giving your characters and your readers something that they won't forget. So we'll dive into friendships, romances, rivalries, family ties, and discuss how these relationships can drive your plot and shape your character's journey. So, developing authentic friendships. Friendships are often the most relatable and grounding relationship in the story. They reveal who the character truly is, not just in their strengths, but also in their vulnerabilities. A believable friendship isn't just about loyalty and support, it's about those shared moments, those inside jokes, and yes, even the conflicts, and all that really pushes your characters to grow. So think about how your characters' friendships shape their journey, what they've been through together, and how they do challenge each other to become better, or maybe how they hold each other back. The most authentic friendships add like richness to your characters and a layer of realism to your story. Crafting realistic romances. Romantic relationships can add powerful emotional stakes to a story. But to make them feel real, they need to be more than just an attraction. The best romances are built on chemistry, mutual respect, and the kind of tension that challenges both the characters to grow. Think about what draws your characters together. Do they balance each other out? Do they bring out each other's flaws or bring out the best in each other? And don't shy away from conflict. Realistic romances involve misunderstandings, making compromises, and that push pull that makes the connection and that makes it feel authentic. So, when it's done right, well crafted romances can bring depth and relatability, refer back to how tired I am, to your story, giving readers something to root for. Developing rivalries and antagonistic relationships. I'm doing my best to say that word today. Rivalries, relationships can add tension and high stakes to a story and push the characters to confront their limits, and it will reveal their deepest values. A great rivalry is not just good versus evil, bad guys, good guys. It's about characters with a conflicting goal or a core belief that forces each other to evolve. Consider what drives your character. Um, Maybe they're competing for the same goal, or maybe they're on the opposite sides of a moral dilemma. And remember that the most compelling rivalries are often they often include like a hint of respect or recognition of each other. Kind of like in the slide that it's showing now, Tony Stark and Captain America. They had a great respect for each other, even though they were on opposite sides of the coin in Civil War. When characters are challenged, when they challenge each other like to their core, their conflict is going to seem more real. And then your readers are going to stay and want to read more because they're wondering who will come out on top. It's going to pull them into the story. Building and compelling family ties. Um, Family relationships are some of the most layered and emotionally charged connections that we can have in the real world, but it's also the same for your character. They come with years of history, shared experiences, often deeply ingrained expectations. A family bond can shape a character's identity and influence their decisions, and sometimes even serve as a source of internal conflict. So think about what your character's family represents for them. Is it a sense of, is it a source of comfort? Is it like their safe place? Um, or perhaps it's a weight that they're just trying to escape. They're trying to get away from their family. And remember, family dynamics don't always have to be harmonious. Realistic family ties are going to include moments of tension, sacrifice, and unconditional love. By exploring these complex emotions, you can create a family with the types of relationships that's going to resonate with your readers, and it's going to add richness to your story. Chemistry and conflict in relationships. Okay, so chemistry and conflict are the heartbeat of any compelling story. Chemistry, whether it's between friends, rivals, romantic partners, it all creates this connection that's going to keep your reader invested. And while the conflict adds that tension that makes each interaction seem real, you still need to think about what sparks between your characters. Is it a shared sense of humor, whether it's sick and twisted or just however they relate? Do they have a mutual respect? Or maybe the tension is fueled by conflicting goals and beliefs. Don't shy away from disagreements. Conflicts, challenges, that it makes your character like reveal their true self. And it's often through those clashes and when they butt heads that we see the most growth. So balance the chemistry within the conflict, keeps the relationship dynamic, and adds depth and authenticity to your story. Tips for writing realistic dialogue. This is a big one. Dialogue is one of the most powerful tools for showing dynamics of relationships. The way that they speak to each other, whether it's casual, tense, or affectionate, it can reveal so much about their connection and about who the character is. So when you're writing dialogue, think about how the tone matches the relationship. Friends might tease each other with inside jokes, while rivals might use clipped confrontational language. And don't forget about subtext either. What's left unsaid can add an extra layer of meaning. And also, body language is a part of dialogue. A character's position, their eye contact, their gestures can say as much as their words. Together with all that, realistic dialogue and body language create the interaction that feels natural and that's going to pull your reader into your story and make them really believe in that relationship. All right. How relationships drive your plot and character growth. Character relationships are more than just interactions. They're like the catalyst for your plot and personal growth. A friendship can push a character to take risk. A rivalry can force them to confront their values. A romantic relationship might make them question what they really want. And these relationships are all pivotal moments to the story. Moments where the characters must make choices that reveal who they truly are. So think about your character's relationship that influences your plot. What decisions do your characters make because of the people around them? And then by weaving the relationship into your story arc, you're not just developing individual characters, but you're creating a plot that's going to feel deeply connected to all of the people in the story. And your readers are going to love it. So, some examples of compelling relationships. Some of the most memorable stories, they feature those feel good, authentic, deeply impactful relationships like Harry Potter. The friendship between Harry, Hermione, and Ron, it's not just about loyalty. They're tested by jealousy, fear, sacrifice, and it makes their bond feel real. In Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's romance grows through a misunderstanding and then mutual respect. And it shows that the conflict and growth are key to those believable romance moments. You can also look at The Godfather. I mean, that's a case study in itself. The Corleone family, loyalty, betrayal, ambition, it drives your plot and it defines each character's journey throughout the story. So, by studying those types of relationships in these well known films and books, we can see how compelling connections between characters can add richness and depth and emotional resonance to any story. Right. So, here's some final tips for building strong relationships. When writing character relationships, aim for a depth of authenticity. Don't be afraid to dig into the messy, complex sides of these connections. Remember that real relationships have ups and downs, and there's laughter, there's tension, there's misunderstandings, and moments of growth. So challenge yourself to go beyond the surface and ask yourself questions like, what makes this relationship unique? What do the characters learn from each other? How does their bond shape the story? And above all, you need a balance between the chemistry and the conflict. And by giving each relationship its own distinct role in your story, you're going to create a narrative that feels rich and alive with characters that are going to resonate with your readers long after they read that final page. Great. So thanks for hanging out today. And now that we have explored the ins and outs of building believable character relationships, it's time to put these ideas into action. So what I want you to do is take one of your characters and think about how their relationships shape them. Try developing a new romance, a new friendship, a rivalry, and consider how it might add to the depth of your story. And I personally would love to hear all about it. So you can share your thoughts or challenges or even a favorite character relationship you've created in the comments below. I would love to hear about that. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on storytelling and character development. And let's build these unforgettable characters together. All right, and if you're one of my whiskeys, you know what I'm going to say before I say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a really awesome group of people's double shot of whiskey, and I'm so happy and so proud that you come and hang out with me and that you find me just right. I love you, love you. Have a great weekend. I will see you Monday night. I will be back in action and we'll be doing some live sprints at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys. Love you, love you.